I have spent over a decade working as a urologist, and in that time, I have spoken with countless couples about intimacy. What consistently emerges from these conversations is a pattern that often goes unspoken. Many men believe they understand how to touch their partners, yet the reality is that most are using approaches that are either too aggressive, too hurried, or focused on the wrong areas entirely. Meanwhile, their partners remain silent about what actually feels good, leading to years of frustration and emotional distance. This is not about blame or shame. It is about addressing a gap in understanding that affects so many relationships. Understanding female anatomy and how to create genuine pleasure is not something most men receive proper education about. Instead, they are left to guess, improvise, or rely on inaccurate portrayals they have encountered elsewhere. The result is often meaning but ineffective touch that leaves both partners feeling disconnected. What I want to share with you is not a collection of tricks or shortcuts. Rather, it is a foundation built on actual anatomical knowledge, an understanding of how arousal functions in the female body, and the recognition that trust and communication are inseparable from physical technique. Before any intimate contact occurs, preparation matters more than most people realize. This means attending to practical details that demonstrate care and consideration. Your fingernails should be cut short and filed until there are no rough edges whatsoever. Even the smallest jagged spot or hangnail can cause microscopic tears in delicate genital tissue, leading to pain, irritation, or infection. Wash your hands thoroughly using warm water and mild, unscented soap. Pay particular attention to the space beneath your nails and between your fingers. Remove any jewelry, watches, rings, or bracelets that might scratch or catch on skin. These steps are not merely about cleanliness. They communicate something essential to your partner, that you have thought ahead, that her well being matters, and that she can trust you with her body. Having water based unscented lubricant within easy reach is equally important, regardless of how aroused she appears. Natural lubrication varies tremendously based on hormones, hydration, stress levels, and countless other factors. Adding lubricant reduces friction, enhances comfort, and makes every movement smoother. Remember that wetness and readiness are not identical. A woman can be physiologically aroused while still needing more time emotionally or physically before certain types of touch feel right. One of the most common errors occurs at the very beginning. Many men move too quickly toward the genitals without allowing their partner's entire body to awaken to pleasure. Female arousal is not instantaneous. It unfolds gradually, building layer upon layer, requiring patience and full attention. Begin by touching areas far removed from the genitals. Kiss her slowly, moving from her lips to her neck, across her collarbones and down her shoulders. Let your hands travel along her back, glide over her sides, trace the curves of her hips, touch her outer thighs, her knees, even her feet. The purpose is to activate her entire nervous system, to increase blood flow throughout her body, and to signal that this is a safe, unhurried experience. As you gradually move toward the inner thighs, slow down even further. This is where anticipation intensifies. Run your fingertips lightly along the crease where her thigh meets her pelvis. Place your palm gently over her vulva, even through fabric, then lift it away. Return to her stomach, her rib cage, her breasts. This deliberate back and forth increases blood flow to the clitoris, labia, and vaginal opening, making these areas far more responsive when direct touch eventually occurs. When she clearly consents and seems ready, you can begin touching bare skin. Start with the outer labia, the larger folds that frame the vulva. Use your fingertips to trace their outline slowly, moving from top to bottom and back again. Watch her breathing closely. Is it deepening? Is she pressing toward your touch or pulling back slightly? These reactions provide crucial information about what feels good and what might be too much. After spending time with the outer labia, gradually move to the inner lips. These are thinner, more delicate, and typically more sensitive. Use feather light strokes here. Avoid pressing firmly or rushing. Simply allow your fingers to glide gently along their length. You are not yet trying to create intense sensation. You are continuing to help her body relax and open. The clitoris deserves special attention and understanding. This tiny structure contains over 8,000 nerve endings, more than double what exists in the entire head of the penis. Because of this extreme sensitivity, direct clitoral contact too early can feel overwhelming or even painful. Instead, begin by touching around the clitoral hood, the small fold of skin that covers the clitoris when unaroused. Think of this hood as a protective layer. Trace small circles around it, move side to side, or draw gentle ovals. Stay light and maintain a steady rhythm. Sudden changes in pressure or speed can be jarring rather than pleasurable. As arousal builds, the clitoris swells and may become more visible. Some women will want more direct touch at this stage, while others continue preferring indirect stimulation. The only reliable way to know is by asking simple, direct questions. Does this feel good? Would you like more pressure? Should I go softer or adjust the location? These questions do not diminish intimacy. They demonstrate that you are paying attention and that her experience takes priority. Regarding movement patterns, most women prefer predictability over randomness. Try circling slowly around the clitoral hood in one direction and then reversing, or move from top to bottom and back up in a smooth, consistent rhythm. Figure eight motions that encompass both the clitoris and the area above it can also be effective. If she enjoys broader contact, use two fingers pressed together. For more focused stimulation, use a single fingertip. Natural wetness indicates that her body is responding, but it does not automatically mean she is ready for internal touch. Always ask before inserting a finger. Use clear language. Would you like me inside? Or may I touch you internally? Wait for an unambiguous yes. Consent is an ongoing dialogue, not a single agreement, especially as intimacy deepens. If she consents, apply lubricant to your fingers, even if natural wetness is present. This ensures smooth entry and minimizes any friction. Begin with one finger, glide slowly into the vaginal opening and pause immediately. The vaginal canal is composed of flexible muscular tissue that needs time to relax and accommodate. Avoid the in and out thrusting motion often depicted in media. That approach is rarely what women find pleasurable. Instead, once inside, use a gentle come hither motion with your fingertip, curling it slightly toward the front vaginal wall, the one closest to her stomach. This area contains slightly spongy tissue that many women find particularly sensitive. Rather than thinking of a single spot, consider it a zone that responds to certain types of pressure and movement. Explore this area slowly, moving your finger slightly up, down, left, and right. Observe how she responds. Does her body tense? Do her hips press towards you? Does her breathing change? These physical cues guide your next moves. If she tenses or pulls away, stop what you are doing. You might withdraw slightly or return to external stimulation. If she leans into your touch or makes sounds of pleasure, you are moving in the right direction. Avoid pressing too hard. Most women prefer steady, repeated strokes with moderate pressure rather than forceful ones. Think of it as massaging a tender muscle, applying enough pressure to be felt without causing discomfort. Remember that your other hand remains free. Use it to hold her hip, caress her stomach, or continue stimulating her clitoris with your thumb. This combination of internal and external stimulation simultaneously is often what brings women to orgasm. If she desires more fullness, you can add a second finger, but do so thoughtfully. Press your fingers together, add more lubricant, and slide in slowly while keeping your fingers curved to maintain contact with that front wall. Inside, continue using small arcs or the gentle come hither motion. Outside, maintain movement on or around the clitoris with your thumb or other hand. As her arousal intensifies, you will notice stronger signals. Her hips may begin moving rhythmically against your hand. Her breathing might quicken or become audible. Her thighs might tremble. When you discover the right pressure and pace, do not alter it. This is absolutely critical. If she says, right there, treat those words as an instruction, Maintain that exact rhythm, pressure, and angle until she reaches climax. Many orgasms are interrupted because the person providing stimulation becomes excited and unconsciously speeds up or changes the pattern at the crucial moment. Several variations work well for many women. One technique involves using two fingers in a V shape, one on each side of the clitoral hood, sliding them gently up and down so the hood moves with your fingers without directly exposing the clitoris. This creates indirect stimulation that can be intensely pleasurable without being overwhelming. Another approach is moving from outer thighs to inner thighs to the labia and back out again. This wave pattern resets sensitivity and prevents overstimulation of any single area while allowing anticipation to rebuild. You might also try a pressure hold, simply resting your warm palm over her entire vulva with gentle, steady pressure without movement. This can be calming and grounding, particularly between peaks of arousal or following orgasm. Small adjustments to position can significantly enhance comfort and access. Placing a pillow under her hips tilts her pelvis upward, making the front vaginal wall easier to reach while reducing strain on her lower back. These simple modifications can substantially improve both comfort and pleasure. Safety and hygiene during intimacy are non negotiable. If you touch her anal area and then wish to return to vaginal contact, you must wash your hands thoroughly first. Bacteria from the anal region can cause vaginal infections. This is a fundamental rule of safe, respectful touch. If she experiences burning, stinging, or sharp pain, stop immediately. Add more lubricant and return to external touch. Sharp pain always signals a problem, whether insufficient arousal, dryness, or something else. Mild stretching or pressure might be acceptable if she explicitly says so, but sharp, sudden pain is never normal. After she climaxes or indicates she's finished, do not abruptly withdraw all contact. Continue touching her gently but with reduced intensity. Many women feel extremely sensitive immediately after orgasm, so direct clitoral touch may be too much. Instead, stroke her thighs, belly, or rib cage. Run your fingers through her hair, hold her close. This aftercare is as important as everything preceding it, communicating that this was about connection and care, not just reaching a goal. Offer her water afterward. Intimacy is physically demanding, and hydration supports her body's recovery. Later, when you are both relaxed, ask what she enjoyed most. Focus on the positive rather than what did not work. Her answer provides genuine, actionable guidance for future encounters. Her feedback is your real instruction manual. It is essential to understand that not every woman orgasms from internal stimulation alone. Some prefer clitoral focus exclusively. Others enjoy a combination. Some need specific rhythms or pressure that take time to discover. Some women do not climax from manual stimulation at all, and that is completely normal. Your role is not to force a particular outcome, but to listen, observe, adjust, and create conditions where pleasure becomes possible. There is also a profound emotional component. When a woman feels safe, valued, and unhurried, her body responds differently. Her blood vessels relax, her muscles soften, and her nervous system shifts from stress mode to rest mode. This is when genuine arousal occurs and when her body truly opens. Your patient's attention and respect are not merely nice qualities, but physiological tools that directly influence her capacity for pleasure. Many men believe technique is everything, that mastering the right moves guarantees success. The reality is that your hands are only as effective as the trust and connection supporting them. If she feels rushed, judged, or pressured, her body will not respond regardless of technical skill. But if she feels seen, heard, and cared for, even simple touch can become extraordinary. Feeling awkward initially is completely acceptable. Asking questions is acceptable. Admitting you do not know everything is acceptable. That honesty is actually one of the most attractive qualities you can bring to intimacy. When you express a desire to learn what feels good specifically for her, you communicate that her experience matters more than your ego, and that builds real intimacy far more effectively than any technique.